Hello, good morning everyone. It's me ABM Lekali. Today I'm going to tell you how to compose a letter to the editor. And before telling you what are the tips and what are the ideas to compose a letter to the editor, now let me tell you why this letter to the editor is composed. Letter to the editor is composed to solve the problem which is occurred in our locality by publishing the news on the subject matter, by drawing the attention of the concerned authorities and general public too, because of the public pressure, and concerned authorities will be compelled to solve the problem which is occurred in our locality. So how to write a letter to the editor is very important, and this letter is very important and given in the course of studies or the curriculum of secondary level of Nepal. So now let me tell you how to compose a letter to the editor. Now here the tips for the learners, and there are some tips through which we can learn something new, ways or styles, how and what are the things to be involved inside the letter to the editor. First number, follow the general style of formal letter, that heading, salutation, body of letter, subscription and signature. And inside address goes like this. It is a little bit different. So now let's have a glance over the example. First of all, we have provided the editor. Then for example, the Kathmandu Post, it means you have to write the name of the newspaper, and just below that name of the newspaper, then we have to write the address where the office of that newspaper is located, such as post box number and address. And after the inside address, then we have to write salutation. Then after salutation, and we begin our letter. And in the first paragraph of our that letter, body of the letter, then we have to write some lines in order to draw the attention of the concerned authorities, mentioning a burning problem existed in our locality or country in the beginning. After beginning of the first paragraph and in the body of the letter, then we have to state the problem in detail. After writing the problems in detail, then finally we have to conclude the letter with an advice in the closing. Especially while writing the letter to the editor, then we have to use simply we have to use present tense. Now let's have a glance over an example of letter to the editor. Now the question goes like this: a letter to the editor of the Kathmandu Post about the inconvenience caused by load shedding. First of all, we have to write the address of the writer, let's say composer. Then after, we have to write the date just below the address when we are just composing that letter. Then after that, giving a space, we have to write inside address, as we have already discussed. The editor, the Kathmandu Post, and Kathmandu, it means first of all we have to write the editor, then name of the newspaper, and the address where the office of the newspaper is located. Then after, we need to write salutation, sir, dear madam, comma. Then after writing salutation, then we need to begin our first paragraph. As we mentioned, as we already have discussed, in the first paragraph we have to write some lines in order to draw the attention of the concerned authorities and general public. Now it goes like this: I shall feel grateful if you allow a little space in your widely circulated newspaper in order to draw the attention of general public as well as the authorities concerned to the problems caused by the load shedding. And after writing first paragraph, then now let's go to the body of the letter. And while writing body of the letter, and there we have to mention the problems and causes and its consequences of the subject matter. Now let's see an example which is about load shedding. It's a matter of great concern that there is no regular supply of electricity. Though Nepal is rich in water resource, electricity is off almost all the time. Isn't it a matter of shame? Frequent load shedding has caused great inconvenience and discomfort to the people in many ways. Particularly, students preparing for their examination have been terribly affected by load shedding. Likewise, almost all academic institutions, along with industries, have been sleeping over the problem. They seem to have been neglecting public interest. Yeah, this paragraph is a body of the letter where we have to write the problems in detail. Now, let's see an example of closing the letter, how to close the letter. Yeah, as we have already discussed, while closing the letter, then we have to mention some advice here. Now let's see one example here. This is the closing. I therefore request the concerned authorities to take necessary steps to overcome the problem instantly. After closing, then we have to write subscription like faithfully yours, yours faithfully, sincerely yours, etc. Then after subscription, then we have to write name of the person who has written this letter. It means it is signature. And this is one example. Have a cursory glance over another example, and this example is a letter to the editor of a newspaper describing the problems of drinking water supply in your locality. Yeah, first of all, heading that as we already discussed here, address and date. Then after inside address, we can write in this way also, that mentioning subject. Here subject goes like this: problems of drinking water in our locality. Then after salutation, then first paragraph, I would like to draw the attention of the concerned authorities through your popular daily newspaper about the serious problem of drinking water in your locality. Now let's have a glance on the body of the letter. Here see, we have got this problem for a long time. There are only a few public taps, but the density of population is very high. We are compelled to stay in a long queue for a long time to take a bucket of water. In this way, we are wasting our time leaving our important works. People have suffered a lot from this problem. We know that having sufficient and clean drinking water is the basic need of a human being. We can't do many things without water. Many people are compelled to drink water from the pond and deep well. The water is not safe. The authorities concerned should know that impure water causes many kinds of diseases. We have a great problem of wasting clothes, washing clothes, having baths, etc. It is the matter of great public concern as it is directly related to the health of the people. And this is the body of the letter. And finally, we have to conclude our letter providing some suggestion, such as the concerned department had given their words to solve this problem as soon as possible, but it has been years. It seems that they are not serious in our problem. We think that the authorities concerned must solve this problem as soon as possible. After concluding our letter, then we have to write subscription yours faithfully, faithfully yours, sincerely yours, yours sincerely, etc. Then signature. Signature means the name of the person who has composed this letter. Thank you very much for watching this video.